best.
The best.
The best. We are collaborative.
We are innovative.
At Century 21 Percy Fulton, we are fun.
Fun.
We are respected in the industry.
We are happy.
We are full service.
At Century 21 Percy Fulton,
We are trusted.
We are
We are.
we are your realtors.
for life.
We are diverse.
We are relentless.
We are the gold standard.
We are real estate for real people.
Good afternoon, Century 21 Percy Fulton agents. Welcome to your first virtual award show. It's time to grab your family, sit and relax as we celebrate our 2020 achievements together. Prepare for the future as we learn from our fellow colleagues and their experiences. And now, please welcome the boss man himself, your host, Claire Fulton.
Hey, welcome everybody to our Century 21 Percy Fulton Virtual Awards event. Thank you for taking the time. Appreciate that you're here today. We've got some fun things planned. We've got a salesperson panel coming up there that hopefully you'll enjoy. Hopefully that you find informative for yourselves. 2020 was quite the year there. We started off in January, February really strong, and then all of a sudden March came along and everybody knows what happened there, but half of March wasn't very good, and April last year wasn't very good at all, and then we started to pick up in May, and the rest of the year, just took off. And 2021 so far is still carrying on like it did last year, and nobody can explain why, but here we are, take advantage of it the best you can. That's why we're doing this salesperson's panel today, to maybe give you some tips on how you can elevate your business as well. So in the awards event, we've already handed out the awards, but some of the awards out there were Centurions and Grand Centurions and Masters, Masters Silver, Emerald, Rubies. Among the awards that Century 21 gives out, we also give Century 21 Percy Fulton Awards, and it is actually a gold ring that we present to those agents that have achieved that level. Once they've got a ring, we also put a diamond into each ring, and each year that they do it again, we add another diamond. Eventually, that diamond gets full on the rings, and we then give tokens, and that's what we've handed out already. The biggest thing about awards events for us is I like to recognize everybody. I don't necessarily. My belief is that everybody's contributed to the office success, and we were the #1 office for Century 21 in Toronto for 2020, and it was through everybody's efforts, both the Grand Centurions and the people that did 1 or 2 deals as well. It's all contributed to that final result, and that's why we want to try to recognize everybody, and that's what we'll be doing today. We do have a salesperson's panel, and we're going to be starting that soon. The question I asked the panel was, happy real estate agents are people that have, or agents that have people that want to buy and sell real estate. What are your thoughts? And my thinking is that really what separates somebody that's selling real estate and somebody who's not is people that you know, and how do you get to know people, and how do you retain people, and how do you find people, I guess is really the difference between, selling lots of houses and not selling houses. So let's start the event. It'll take about maybe 60 minutes or so. And hopefully at the end, as I say, you'll be able to pick up something that you can use. So we're going to start it now, and enjoy, and I'll talk to you after the panels.
Think about it. There must be a
Door knocking with the sun
down in
out.
the heart or hidden in the stars above. Without it, life is a wasted time. Look inside your heart and I look inside mine. Things look so bad everywhere. In this whole world, what is fair? We walk the line and try to see, falling behind what could be. Oh, bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Where's that higher love I keep thinking of?
Okay, great. Welcome everybody to our virtual salespersons panel. First of all, thank you for all your time that you're spending with us. We appreciate that. With us today, we've got Celine here, who's in the business now since 2014. We've got Yusan here, who's been with us since 2019. Adil been with us since 1993. They're all Centurion producers or master animal producers. In my opinion, a happy real estate agent is somebody who knows people that want to buy and sell real estate. And I just want to know what your thoughts are, if that's what you think as well. So what do you think about that comment, Adil?
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, the whole idea behind being a salesperson, whether it be in real estate or any other industry, is lead generation. You know, you have to be able to generate leads. And if you are, you're happy, obviously. And the number one reason why salespeople don't succeed is their inability to generate business. So 100% agree. And that's what makes me happy.
Yeah, I know lots of agents that know how to do a listing presentation, know how to create a database, and then unfortunately, unless you got somebody to sing to, you're not singing to anybody, right? So
Right.
that's where
Yeah.
that. What do you think, Celine? Same similar thing, or?
I think follow-ups, it's important to do your lead generation. I learned early in the business, I go out there and first of all, my main prospect was door knocking. I am one of those who was fresh off the boat. I didn't know many people out here and I thought, why not get to know my neighborhood? And I started door knocking in my neighborhood and I thought, okay, how about if I do 25 houses per day, 3 days per week, if I get one email or one phone number, I think I had a successful evening. And that's what I did. And I kept those numbers and those emails and I followed up. It took maybe a year, some 2 years, and it all paid off, following up, calling people, how you doing, what you want to do. And it worked out fine for me. My door knocking prospecting I have had 80% success in all my business so far with door knocking.
Yeah, so you did that when you started. Have you evolved from there, or are you still doing that?
I'm still doing the door knocking because I think it works. I think that a lot of people, they want to have a one-on-one. They want to meet you. They want to talk to you. They don't just want to see a card. They don't want a phone call. And I still do the door knocking. I enjoy it. I love it. I love meeting people. I love talking. And I love getting these contacts and keeping up. Since then, I have evolved a bit. I have been doing a bit more of reaching out to my more mature clients with investment properties, looking into buying that second property because we know most of our clients, they don't want to sell. Okay, I'm not here to sell. I'm not here for you to sell your home, but I'm here to show you how you can invest in a second home. And that is what has panned out well for me in the last 2 to 3 years. Encouraging my clients, those of my clients who have owned a home over 5 to 10 years, using the equity in their home and showing them how they can get a second and a third home. And that has been quite successful.
How do you find people who want to buy and sell real estate? So what do you think, Yusan? What have you been up to?
I've been targeting a lot of my clients through online lead generation. So whether that's Facebook ads or creating landing pages and using Google AdWords to kind of target those people and having them sign up, and then I'll follow up with them afterwards. Since I started in 2014, I find that that's the main way I've been going. And yeah, it's been a fun ride doing that. It's a lot of follow-up, a lot of people who don't return your calls, but you put in the time, you put in the work, and eventually one will turn out of, let's say, 50 people that you reach out to.
Yeah. If somebody makes an inquiry, you send on your social media or on your Google ads or whatever you're doing there, what sort of response time do you sort of set yourself to get back to them?
As soon as possible. Usually my limit's like 5 minutes. 5 minutes to get them at least a text message. If I can't speak to them on the phone right away, and then I'll follow up with a proper either email or a proper phone call about an hour to 2 hours later if times are kind of tight.
Now, your target audience is maybe different than other folks in that. So when you're contacting them, is it by phone or by email, by text? What would be the majority of it?
All of it. So if I don't get them by phone call, I'll text them. I'll leave a voicemail. I'll also send them an email. Follow up the next day with another phone call at a different time, and then I'll do that for about 7 days to see if I can reach out to them. If not, then I'll maybe reach out to them 2 or 3 months later to see how things are going. But yeah, 7 days are the first like most crucial times, I think, to get in front of them.
Yeah, good. And how about you, Adil? For what are you doing to maybe find the people that want to buy and sell real estate?
Yeah, so it's evolved over the years, as you've mentioned with the other people here. So when I first started selling real estate, I used to follow Mike Ferry, and he had that picture that said "Start prospecting now." Remember that picture?
Yeah.
So since back in the day, it was just prospecting. I used to make 100 contacts a day. Over time, it's evolved. I've evolved. I've been with different coaches, and for the last number of years, I've been following Richard Robbins. But so I think what one has to do is, if you think about a chair or a table, you've got 4 legs. So in terms of lead generation, you can't just be focused on one type of lead gen. In other words, if you have one leg on a chair or a table, it's going to topple over. So what I've done over the years is try to have a multi-pronged approach. So prospecting, I still do a little bit. Database is that something I focus on a lot. And that's something I've learned from Richard Robbins. And the four chair thing I learned from Rob Vivian. So I've got stuff from a lot of people. So the database I've focused on. So what I've been doing the last few years with my database is I've been doing what I call DTUs, deliver the unexpected, which is what I've learned from Richard Robbins. So for example, last year I did 4 or 5 DTU events. So you can't go out during COVID. So what I did was I sent a photographer to a whole bunch of my clients, and we did what's called portraits, PORCHTRAITS. So the photographer went there and took portraits of them on their porch and then sent it to them. So they absolutely loved it. The whole idea is to make your database happy, make them advocates. So, there's different levels of clients. You can have loyalty, which means they'll come back to you, but you want advocacy. You want them to tell everybody that you deal with Adil, you deal with Carly, you deal with Yusan, whomever. So that was one event. Then I delivered a whole basket of treats for the kids around around Christmas. We did another event. So we've done events for our clients, and that's what has built the advocacy. So that's what I've been focusing on. So as opposed to 23 years ago, when all of my business came from prospecting, last year about 80% came from my database. So sorry for the long answer, but that's how it's evolved.
No, that's right. So initially you built the people through your prospecting, but now you've got them into a follow-up system that you're keeping in front of them top of mind. We're looking for referrals, I assume, right? That's what
exactly.
You do. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Celine, you've done your door knocking, you've done your investments in that. How about your just a percentage? How much of your business would be from people that you already know? That's for Celine. Mm-hmm.
People that I already know, 80%.
Okay. Yeah.
And when you say already know, I'm talking about knowing from door knocking, from prospecting. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, 80%. Mm-hmm. And in the last couple of years, I've been getting referrals from these as well. Mm-hmm. To follow up on what Adil was saying, keeping in touch with your clients, I found, is one of the most important aspects in this business. Reaching out to them. I do a bit of mail outs. I do little cards. Hi, it's Celine here, just reaching out to you. Nothing new. I don't go out there to push to buy or sell with them. I'm here if you need me, just saying hi. So I do these little cards, and I love doing the pop buys. My clients love the pop buys. Yeah. They love the pop buys. I had printed bags, so if I have a card, I'd leave a bag at their door with a little gift in it. And it's amazing how they are so grateful and thankful for that. And they reach back to me. And these are the clients that actually give me referrals. Door knocking is one of the most successful form of prospecting. I think so for me. And I will continue to do it that way.
Mm-hmm. Good. Yusan, so you're Are you dealing with people that you already know, or with people you don't know?
It's changed a bit. So when I started, it was a lot of people I didn't know. So those were for the people I was farming through online lead gens. But once I started converting some of them to actually buy, delivering the service that I give them, they end up giving me a lot of referrals afterwards. So I would say my last year has been about 80% referrals. The year before that was about 60%. And then the year before that was about 30%. So it's grown quite a bit for more of a referral-based business. But still doing the online lead gen to build up that funnel and build up that database that can kind of send out monthly newsletters or touch points and kind of wait for them to kind of mature and be willing to take action.
Mm-hmm. And you've got a system in place that you keep in contact with your people on a regular basis as well, or?
Yeah, so I use stuff like MailChimp. I retarget people through Facebook ads. So if they've been in my system, I'll put them on a certain list and they'll get my news feeds and my posts. So it's like whether I'm not really their friend yet, to still see my relevancy on their feeds. So
yeah, nice. Yeah. And Adil, you've again, to maintain contact with the past clients, you talked about your referral base and you talked about things like that. If I'm a new agent, how many suggestions? Any words of wisdom for a newer agent?
Yeah, so I would say for a new agent, first of all, what I would do, and this is what I would have done if I knew otherwise, but I obviously didn't back in the day. I would create a list of everybody I know. And this could be your barber, this could be your aunt, this could be your dentist, this could be someone at the grocery store that you're always dealing with, dry cleaner, whomever. Make a list and then start talking to these people about real estate, but not just talking to them about real estate, but add value. I mean, talking is fine, but if you add value to their life and add value to them from the point of view of their most important investment, which is real estate, then you build that loyalty, you build that advocacy. Now, to supplement that, you've got to do other lead gen as well. You've got to do social media, you've got to do online lead generation, so websites, you've got to do prospecting, door knocking, phone calling, whatever it may be. So do whatever you can that you have in your time. And if you're brand new, you should have a lot of time because you're not out there listing homes, doing offer presentations, anything of the sort. So just get out there and do as much as you can. So the way I've done it is morning lead generation, afternoon, take some time off, gym, all that sort of stuff, exercise, and do some follow-up, and evening listing appointments, offer presentations. So that's how I've broken my day into 3.
Mm-hmm. Very nice, yes. Celine, do you have any suggestions for a new agent?
I think new agents, they need to follow the prospecting aspects, yes, but I think they need to know that real estate is a people-person business. It's not just about a phone call. It's not about looking for leads on the internet only. Yes, it may work, but most clients, most sellers, most buyers, it's a people-person business. So I would say go out there and meet people and talk. Everyone loves to talk real estate. It's the hottest topic. It's the most interesting and it's the most exciting. Go out there and meet people, talk. It just casually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How about you, Usain?
I would say try all avenues of prospecting, whether that's door knocking, online, to see what fits for your personality, and then find the right one that works for you so that you'll feel comfortable and feel happy doing the prospecting. And then follow up like no tomorrow. Make sure you're in their faces, touching base, and going from there. Don't be afraid of no's. No's can only push you further.
Yeah, oh, good for you. Yeah. It's funny. We're starting to see a common thread, and the thread is, I guess, I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth here. I want everybody to have their own opinions, but it seems to me like you're going to do what you want to do and what you like to do. So if Celine doesn't want to do what Usain's doing, then that's fine, but it still works, right? If Usain doesn't want to do what Adil's doing, Usain, have you ever cold called?
A lot, tons.
Tons? Okay, there you go. So I'm surprised. So you got a tech guy that still does cold calling, right? Good for you, right? And Adil, same thing. You've evolved as well from what you're doing before what you're doing today.
Yeah, I'm a cold calling guy who's doing tech. I'm the opposite of you said. So I've evolved as well. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And in terms of cold calling, if I can just add, for those of you who haven't done it, it's a really simple concept. So if you think about it, pick a neighborhood. When a house sells, something has to come and replace it. It has to. That's just the way it is. So your job is to find that replacement. Find that house that's going to replace the one that's sold. So even if you don't have a house that you've sold in the area, there's nothing wrong with calling in the area and say, hey, my name's Adele. Just wanted to let you know 123 Appleby Lane just sold. I didn't say I sold it, just sold. And I was just curious when you folks are planning on making a move. Next, same thing. Next, same thing. You keep doing that, you'll find that person who's going to replace the listing that just sold. So it's a very simple concept, very simple business, but some people make it into a little bit more than it really is.
Yeah, I'm just going to get off topic a little bit there. Celine, you use the phone as well as, well, obviously you use the phone, not going to door knock in the middle of the winter, right? You use the phone, you talk to your clients all the time, right?
I use the phone, yeah, but my phone call is mostly for calling my clients on my database, reaching out to them during winter time. And that's when I use it mostly. I also use it not that much anymore when I do my listing and do the neighborhood call out, say I've just listed this property for sale, it's so and so. I do that a bit of that still now, especially during winter. Yeah. Yes, a number of people would answer their phones, some wouldn't. We would always get those that say, oh, they don't want to hear from us, that's fine. In this business, we learn to accept no. We know that no is a love word, so we move on.
Yeah, good. Yusan, any closing remarks?
Do it all. I door knocked. I started door knocking. When I started out, I didn't like it, so I switched to cold calling. Cold calling worked a little bit. It was okay. And then I did social media, and that's where I found where it kicked in, and that's what's worked for me. So test it all. And do what you like.
Yeah, that's the right answer. Good for you. Huh? Great. All right, really appreciate your time. It's really a pleasure to talk to all you guys again. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this, and hopefully you're going to have a great 2021. Q1's been super so far for everybody here, and hope you guys are participating as well. All right, appreciate your time, and take care. Okay, so welcome everybody to our virtual salesperson panel. Today we've got with us Sanik Saha. Did I get that right, Sanik?
Don't panic, call Sanik.
Oh, there you go. And we have Shiv Bansal. Shiv started real estate 1983. Back in the old days. I remember Shiv telling me years ago when he started real estate that with Percy at the time, that there's not enough phone numbers in the phone books because I phoned them all. Do we have another list, right? Do you remember those? And things have
3 hours a week prospecting.
Yeah, things have certainly changed since then. And Sanik, of course, Sanik, you started in 2015. Sanik's a Centurion producer. Shiv is a Grand Centurion producer, multi Centurion producer. And the question that we have here is, in my opinion, a happy real estate agent is somebody who knows people that want to buy and sell real estate. So my question for both Shiv and Sanik is, how do you go about, or do you agree to that statement? Like, what are your thoughts about that statement? A happy agent is somebody who knows people want to buy and sell real estate. And I guess, how do you go about doing that? So who would like to start?
Go ahead, Sanik.
Me?
Sure.
Mine is very simple. I like to party. So I'm a very social being. I am always happy, I'd say, but there are times where I'm not happy. I'm not going to lie. But I think what helps with me is that I don't actually I do love real estate, but I actually just like interacting with people. I think I give off a really good feeling to people. So as an example, anytime I go to a destination wedding, like I am right now, I always will come back with at least 5 clients. And that's because I got a week to hang out with them. They got to see my personality. They actually see me working while I'm actually at the destination wedding too. Like I will do deals when a wedding is going on. They're saying I do's and I'm saying accepted offer. So I think it helped. Like I think my personality really helps. I am definitely happy, but I think it portrays.
How do you cross the difference between having a beer with somebody, let's say, and then getting into real estate? How do you transition?
I usually start off with a hug, but it's more like I don't know, because I can talk about anything for a really long time, whatever that subject is, even if it's cryptocurrency or anything really. I feel like I'm always constantly, I don't know, I can connect with someone very easy, and I think it's just not even that beer, but it's more like even if I'm not drinking that beer, I think someone will still enjoy talking to me.
Okay, and do you are you organized? As like a lot of people are getting drip campaigns, email campaigns, and social media and all those types of things. What do you think about those things?
I tried to do it in the beginning. One of the biggest issues that I found was that doing social media and doing those AdWords and everything, I think it's a full-time job. I do this business because I enjoy it and I like to interact with people. I'm very hands-on, which is a downfall to my business, I'm not going to lie. But it makes me the most happiest. The fact that I can say I'm going to go stage places, or I'm going to go help my friend move because we just bought a house. But I think also those little activities that I do for people makes them want to come back to me. So I do feel like I go above and beyond. And I think that really helps.
So when you find new people that want to buy and sell real estate, how do you find those new people, other than like once you've I guess the question is, do you get referrals from the people that you're meeting?
Everyone's referrals. Like even this week, I got 2 other referrals out of nowhere. Last night, my friend, I've been going with his dad and him, and my buddy to go look at houses. The whole time I thought it was actually the son who was going to buy, because we've been putting in offers. There's the guy that I was just talking to right now too, actually. But then last night he calls me, he's like, hey, Sanik, I did go see a property, but I want you to be my agent. You've worked really hard for Sager. I see how much work you do, but can you put this offer in for me? And that literally came out of nowhere. Like I did not even expect that he was looking at properties, but.
So just out there, right? Yeah. So would you suggest that, or say that 99% of your business comes from your people that you know and referral base, or?
100, 99%. I do have like online leads and stuff. It's not like I don't dabble into like the realtor.ca leads, or I've definitely spent some money on like Facebook ads, but I wouldn't say it's like my forte. I usually do that if I feel like I'm lacking in getting leads. But I will say the last 2-3 years have just been all family and friends.
Right. And how do you keep in contact with them so that you're top of mind?
I'm naturally a person who likes to call people, or just even reach out to people. So I don't have a database. Shiv, I'm pretty sure, has a pretty extensive database. I can't say I have the same thing, and I know you hate me for it, Claire, but I think I just naturally like to talk to people, and I will reach out to, like, I don't have a system in place. I'm sorry for saying that, but I just naturally just want to reach out to people. What also helps me is actually I'm in about 50 different WhatsApp groups, and I'm always active. Like if someone is posting something, then I'm actively talking on there too. And sometimes I'll just randomly throw MLS listings out there just for people to like look at.
All right, so you're a little more techie than you want people to believe, maybe, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, good for you. What do you think, Shiv? You know, a happy real estate agent is somebody who finds people who want to buy and sell real estate.
Well, I'm totally opposite than Sanik.
That's why you have you on the same panel.
When I go and party, I don't talk real estate. I'm not looking for real estate business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking real estate either.
I'm looking to have fun.
Good.
I don't ask my friends. I don't ask my relatives. I don't ask anybody to say, do you want to buy or sell? I'm not desperate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And but you know something, I always believe that you leave a really good impression behind.
Yeah.
Whatever you do.
Mm-hmm.
And they will remember you forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, I got a call from the lady. She said, I just moved from Calgary to Toronto. I'm staying with my mom in Ajax. And she just sold their house in 80s. She said, my grandfather passed away last year. My dad passed away this year. So my mom is alone. So I moved to Toronto and we're looking for 1.6 million. We already got pre-approval. We're looking for 1.6 million dollar house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't have her parents in the database, sold in 80s. I lost database in 90s and I don't have their name. Okay. Mm-hmm. So she said, I just called you because my mom mentioned that's your name.
Mm-hmm. That's
okay.
Good.
So, I'm getting business just like that. This year I sold 5 homes where their parents or grandparents were my clients in 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 5 of the sale out of 35, 40 sales came from people who came from that. They were my clients since 80s.
Yeah, so how do you think they remembered you from the 80s?
You know something, one thing Senex says, 99% of his clients are pretty happy. Okay. I would say 100%. I say happy is not good enough. Everybody's happy. Okay. They have to be extraordinarily happy, not just happy. Yeah. You just sold somebody's house, they're happy. Mm-hmm. Okay. But going beyond the normal, that's what makes it unhappy. I'm sure his client feel the same way, but I'm just giving you an example. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you leave an impression that they remember you, even though you don't call them ever in 20 years, they remember you that, hey, call Shiv. Mm-hmm. I sold a house last year on Dewberry and the people, she said, my dad dealt with you on Marsh Court, Marsh something in Scarborough. I said, was that 14? She says, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I said, Goodwin? He said, yeah. Okay. So it's like all of us, I remember people. Mm-hmm. And I have no contact with him. Mm-hmm. And she said, she's in Dalbrook, sorry. And she said, my dad said, call Shiv. He did a good job. Okay. Mm-hmm. So that's I sold it last year on Dalbrook. So that's how the business is coming to me. Mm-hmm. It's not the advertising. Advertising is, very limited business.
Yeah, see, a lot of people have the impression like you're definitely marketing yourself out there. You're definitely making yourself known out there. But as I tell a lot of people, I'm suggesting that probably 80% or 90%, well, 80% of your business probably still comes from your past client database.
I would say 80 plus. And also I believe in complimenting people. So let's say, Claire, I sold your home and you say, oh, Shiv, you did such a great job. I said, honestly, Claire, my job was easy. Mm-hmm. You're the one, you and Carly are the one who put the efforts to put the house together. Honestly, my job was, I just did my job. Mm-hmm. They said, don't discount yourself, Shiv. You did a great job and so on. And you compliment them, they compliment you.
Yeah.
So I compliment, I let's say I call you and say, Claire, you were so nice to deal with me in 2014, 6 years ago. I still remember our transaction. Mm-hmm. So I'm just calling to say hello, hope everyone is well and da-da-da. And Claire, who do you know would like to buy or sell today?
Mhm.
So I always, every call is a fun call.
Mhm.
I talk to people 3 hours a day.
Good. Okay. So you're using the phone, right?
Even on the phone.
Mhm.
And they're my past client, they're in my database.
Mhm.
Okay. And after that, I send them a text message, send them an email, hey, nice talking to you, and but I keep in touch with them.
Mhm.
So my business is strictly from past client. New business, whatever comes, great. Whatever, if it doesn't come, that's fine.
Mhm. And for somebody that's brand new, how would they go back to finding those people? What would you suggest would be a good?
Well, when I was brand new, okay, and again, things have changed quite a bit. But even when you're brand new, you're working 8, 10 hours a day. What do? You don't have any clients. You don't have any buyer. You don't have any seller. If you do have a buyer or seller, you're spending 2, 3 hours, but you still have 7 hours.
Mhm.
So that 7 hours should go strictly into business generating activity.
Mhm.
Whether you're door knocking, prospecting, you're on the Facebook, you're on Twitter, whatever works for you. These things don't work for me, that Twitter, Facebook and all that. Whatever works for you,
Doesn't work.
you do it.
Mhm.
Do something opposed to sitting in the office and chatting with the other agent. And that's the problem I find. Even when I joined the business, people were socializing. They put these chairs together in the round circle and let's talk about politics. I have one hand here, telephone here, and I'm prospecting.
Mhm.
Okay. And so that's the difference. I feel they say they did 2 hour prospecting, that's good enough. 2 hours is not enough. You can do 5, 6, 7 hours.
So you're creating it
If
like
you want to sell one home a month, you're okay with the 2 hour.
so you're creating like a job, right? It's like
Treat like you're working at Tim Horton.
yeah.
People work at Tim Horton. They work so hard. In 8 hours, they get 2 breaks of 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even eat lunch in 15 minutes. Forget about everything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Treat like you're working at Tim Horton. You're only working 8, 9, 10 hours. Work hard during that time. Don't take personal call. Don't take a call from a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Do it, when you're out. So I don't take personal calls during my work hour. I don't do anything beside work.
So you've set aside time in your day to do the prospecting.
I put 6, 7 hours a day in the business. Okay. But I'm constantly working.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So I guess I'm getting a sort of a common thread here where you're dealing with people, you're trying to treat your clients properly, you're trying to make sure they're happy, for lack of a better word, when their sale closes. You're making sure you're there, you're making sure that you're following up with them, you're talking to them, right? That's sort of the.
You call them week before, you call them day before, day after, you call them all the time. I talk to my seller every single day.
Your sellers, yeah. Yeah, your active clients, yes, and that's a concern that Shiv or Nelson and I get too. That clients, if they're not happy, it's because the communication has not been there. The agent's not talking to them, right? So that's generally what's going on there as well. Great, that's all. That's. I just wanted a short little 7-minute event. That's what we're looking for. I appreciate that. Do you have any final comments, and maybe you want to give any advice to anybody that's maybe not find as many people as they'd like to find?
Work 70 hours a week. You'll find someone.
So you work a lot too, Sam?
I haven't had a break. I don't have a break.
You're working all day long, right? Talking to people all the time, and that, yeah. And she was doing the same thing. So
you gotta ask Katie. Who's sending listings at 1 o'clock in the morning, Katie?
Yeah, it's true. I've seen them both in action. So
I'm not working all day. I go to bed 9:30. I shut my phone at 8:30, 9 o'clock. I get up 4:55 in the morning. So I'm not working all day, but when I'm working, I don't take my personal call. I don't do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Friend called me, I just say, call you back.
Good.
Wife call you, just call you back. I'm the call. I'm making calls.
Yeah. I've heard you do that too, for sure. Sanik?
I remember when I first started, and the first thing I asked Shiv, because everyone knows Shiv, obviously, how did you get your business? And I remember him telling me in the beginning, it's like, go to Malvern and start door knocking.
No, I would recommend go to Melbourne. I did go to Melbourne, okay?
No, you didn't.
I moved out of Melbourne in 98.
That's right. Great. Well, I really appreciate that, and appreciate your time. 2020 was a good year. 2021 started off very, very strong. I know you've had a very strong first quarter. I know that Sanic did as well. So it's hopefully it's going to carry on for the rest of the year. Really appreciate your time, and stay safe. And
I just want to make one comment. I like to be like Sanic.
I want to be like you, Shiv.
The way he works, I'm telling you, I like to be like him. He's so committed. He works 20 hours a day.
Well, I got that from Brookfield, to be honest. I worked at Brookfield for 7 years, and if you look at my time cards, I was doing easily 65 to 70 hours a week, easy, without even blinking.
I like to do 60, 65 hours a week. But I don't have anything else to do after doing my job.
Perfect. Okay, guys, appreciate your time. Thanks again, guys.
Trap money, Benny. This shit got me in my feelings. Trap money, Benny. This shit got me in my feelings. Gotta be real with it. Yeah. Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you. And I'm down for you always, KB. Do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you. And I'm down for you always. Look, the new me is really still the real me. I swear you gotta feel me before they try and kill me. They gotta make some choices, they running out of options. Cause I've been going off and they don't know when to stop. And when you get to top and I see that you've been learning. And when I take you shopping, you spend it like you earned it. And when you popped off on your ex, he deserved it. I thought you would've won from the jump, that confirmed it. Trap money, Benny, ay. I buy you champagne, but you love some Henny. From the block like you Jenny, ay. I know you special, girl, cause I know too many. Risha, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you. And I'm down for you always, JT. Do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you. And I'm down for you always.
Two bad bitches and we kissing in a wave, kissing in a wave, kissing in a wave. I need that black card in the code to the safe, code to the safe, code to the safe. I show 'em how to network, but that Netflix and chill. What's your net worth?
Cause I want you, and I need you. And I'm down for you always.
Sometimes the bomb might explode without any warning. Sometimes the bomb might explode without any warning.
Okay, welcome everybody to our virtual salespersons panel. First of all, I want to thank all of you for sharing your time with us. I particularly want to thank our group that we have right now. We have Kathy Webster here. Wave, Kathy. Oh, there she is. Kathy's been in business since 1979, over 42 years. She's a Centurion producer multiple times, I think Honor Society, well, 20 years Centurion, I believe, plus, right? So I've been there a long time. We've got Aiden here with us. Aiden, wave your hand.
Hey, how are you?
He's been with us, Grand Centurion, 2008 he started, and he's been in business for quite a long time. And we have Nigel Mohan with us today. He started in 1994, Grand Centurion, so all very successful agents. And basically what we've asked everybody is a simple question. It's my opinion that a happy real estate agent is somebody who knows people that want to buy and sell real estate. It's not really difficult. Difficult part though is, how do you find those people? So my question, I guess, to Kathy first is, what are your thoughts on that statement? What do you do, or what would you recommend that people do to find people that want to buy and sell real estate in your experience?
What I do, I guess, first of all, I have to say that after 42 years of doing this, I'm still excited and happy. And what makes me excited and happy is finding people to help. And my focus is always on how I can help them, how I can give them as much information as possible so that they can make good decisions. And I love to be on the phone. So that's my happy place, to be on the phone and connecting with people and just having real conversations with them, finding out where they're at, what's going on, what their goals are, looking forward in the future in terms of real estate, and seeing if I can help them in the present moment with whether it be a list of contractors or whomever, and then just guide them along and see where I can add value and help them in making good decisions, like I said. So that's what I love to do, and I love to have those conversations.
Mm-hmm. So you say you use the phone, you're phoning people. How do you find the people to phone in the first place?
Well, because I was with Mike Ferry for so long, I think I was with him as a trainer for, I would say, 10 plus years. Their whole philosophy was massive phoning. So I did that a lot, and I accumulated a large database. Some of that database was past clients over the last 42 years that are still in the GTA, and others are more new people from calling, massive cold calling. And now I'm at the stage where I'm not really doing cold calls anymore. I'm more or less calling my database and then dealing with, any just listed, just sold, or calls that come my way because of the listings that I get. And I am predominantly a listing agent, so you do get phone calls for sure.
Mm-hmm. Good. And just sold and just listed phone calls, is that that's something that you do each and every time, or?
No, sadly, it's not. Sorry, boss. Sadly, it isn't.
No.
I would like to be more efficient, but I think I spend so much time on helping my clients, making sure the photos are just right and all those things at the back end are just right, that sometimes I lose track of time. But certainly, anytime I've ever listed a property and done just listed and just sold, I've always got a great response, whether that's at the door, which I've done, and I love to be at the door as well. I recently knocked on a few doors, even during lockdown, and just stood back, had my mask off. Actually, I had my mask off and then asked them if they wanted me to put it on, but I was a good 8 to 10 feet back from the door, smiling, and they were very receptive.
Mm-hmm. If you're a new agent, what would you say somebody does first?
I really think it's important to do what you like to do. So some people, you have to talk to people or you have to contact people. Absolutely. There's no other way around it. It's a people business. But I would say do that in the way that makes you happy, that you enjoy. Because if you're gonna door knock and you love it, you're gonna do it. If you're gonna phone call and you like it, you're gonna do it. If whatever method you choose, should be something that you as the agent really likes to do. Because if it's a chore and a grudge, you're probably not going to do it, and then you're not going to be successful. So I would pick whatever you like, whether it's farming, door knocking, cold calling, calling your sphere. Even if it's you want to focus on social media, do that, but occasionally pick up the phone and connect with them, either belly to belly, as they say, face to face, voice to voice. But certainly if social media is your thing, just go after it and enjoy it and have fun with it. And as long as you're happy doing it, that's going to come across.
And you put in a full day work when you're in the work mode, like when you're prospecting, it's a full day, right? Like you're
Oh my gosh. I was working till 10 o'clock last night, 12 o'clock the night before. When I'm working, I'm working. So yeah, it's hard for me to shut it down because I like it, I guess, really. That's the bottom line.
Good for you. Good. Aidan, what about you? What you've been doing this for quite a while, Grand Centurion last year.
Yes, big one.
But, how would you answer that question? Happy real estate agent, someone who knows people that want to buy and sell real estate.
Number one thing is, I'm so honored to be part of the great team at Century 21 Percy Fulton, especially yourself. No doubt behind my success is you, number one, because every time I get stuck in a situation, of course, the first person, the first man I call is you, and you always guide me in the right direction. I mean, as much as, yes, I have experience since 2008, and I'll be doing great. As you guys saying, I don't see myself as really successful agent, but as you guys mentioning, I guess, yes, I've done quite well. The way I look at it, success measures based on a lot of different things, but for me, success only comes with a happy client. And when you deal to make sure that you get a happy client at the end result, that happy client brings money after. So if your measurement of success, you look at when you deal with people, you look at them in a way that, hey, I want to make sure that I bring a good experience on the table. Whether I make good amount of money or I don't make any money, as long as that client end up to be a happy client, it could be you losing the sale for that client. Let's say if it's a multiple offer situation and you end up not scoring that sale, but if she's happy and she sees you truly fighting for her to get the right price and not basically guide her in the wrong direction, to me, that measure of the success for myself. And eventually the money comes. Like at the beginning, I remember the first year I was doing like maybe about 40, 50 lease transaction, and it was not any sales, but all those people eventually come back to you and they become your long-term client. And I have clients that have been dealing for like past now 10 to 15 years. They've been constantly buying, selling, and referring clients to me. I guess that was.
So you started off with leases when you're first brand new?
100%, yeah, because I had nobody in the business. My background is engineering, but I'm always a people's, everybody who saw me at the engineering job, they told me you would be successful at real estate. And I never thought about it. How? What do you mean? Like I study engineering, that has nothing to do with real estate. But then I'm a people's person. I treat every opportunity as a golden opportunity, meaning that if I go to a grocery store and if I'm having a conversation with the cashier, I come so natural and I start handing my card or maybe talk about real estate. And then you never know. It's funny because they start calling me back because it's the same cashier that I always deal. And they're so happy with the way I talk to them and so natural. And like you talk to like normal on a daily basis, you talk to normal people. And these people eventually come back to you because they feel like you're not trying to pressure them for sale. You're not trying to pressure them to get a lead out of them. You're just being yourself and they see you so honest, so they come back to you.
Yeah. So those people that you leased properties to at the beginning of your career and that, how did you keep in touch with them? Because I'm aware of each of you. I'm aware of your systems and your technical strengths, right? I don't consider, I think you're a people person. How do you keep in contact with those people that you did leases for originally, let's say?
I have a strong database. I have about 150 people that I constantly try to talk to them. I use Morris marketing. One of the way that I use, like I start sending them like a monthly basis, start sending a paper with my picture, with the newsletter. I try to give them a call. I try to remember, like I have a system that it reminds me of their birthday. I personally call them, wish them a happy birthday. When it comes to, like, let's say Persian New Year's, I try to go after their door, drop in like a present. When it comes to Christmas, I do the same thing. Like as Kathy mentioned, like we have to be like, when you're in this job, if you love what you do, it doesn't feel like a job. So you do it naturally. So what you do from the minute that I wake up, instead of actually go and see my daughter, I try to think about what am I gonna do today. I know it's a little bit hard to balance. I mean, big family and stuff, but like you have to be in touch with them as much as you can on a daily basis. You have to find the reason. For me, my niche market is pre-construction. So as soon as the new project comes in, a lot of my clients are investors. I try to approach them. Hey, there's a new project come in. So I find the subject to call them and be in touch with them on almost weekly basis, monthly basis. Like Morris Marketing, it was one of them, and the rest is just mainly phone call.
Yeah. So just for those who don't know, Morris Marketing is it's a newsletter that gets physically mailed. It's a piece of paper gets mailed to your clients. So that's one thing. Now, your clients, do you use email drip campaigns or you use the phone?
I use the news e-letter that we have that Century 21 provide for us. So I send that. On the top of that, I show you what it is. So basically, I don't know if you can see it. It's a personalized page like this that it goes. It has like a nice picture.
That's your Morris Marketing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a Morris Marketing. So it has your picture. It goes dedicated to the specific name. And it brings a really good feedback from their side to me. Every time they get that, they take a picture of it and they send it to me. They're like, guess what? I was checking for the bills in my mail and I saw your picture. At least that's the only good news in my mail today.
Going back, just to touch on we'll get to Nigel in a second here, but touch on pre-construction. When a pre-construction comes up and you're aware of it, you actually physically go to the site and meet the sales people, the sales managers. You actually go down there and see the projects. Is that correct?
120%. Knowledge is the key to my success in pre-construction. So what I do is that before I start introducing the site to anybody, even to our office, I go to the actually physical location. I take a look at it. I get the feeling and the vibe of that location. Then I start talking to the manager of the sales at that office. I get a private presentation for myself, assuming I'm the client now. So give me that presentation. So they give me that presentation. And if I get the feeling that that's the right project for me to purchase, then I promote it to my clients. But if I see that it's not worth it even for me to buy, I would never promote it. I'm not one of those that promote any project, because end of the day, we have to pick and choose the right project for our clients, because these are the ones that they're going to call you back after 4 years when the project is ready. You have to be able to stand behind your product and sell it back with a higher price to make them profit. Okay. Otherwise, there's no point.
And you're only selling pre-construction to your clients. You're not doing what other people do and having fake web pages, things like that?
No, I have a landing page. I wouldn't say it's a fake. I have a landing page that, let's say for Crosstown Condominium, that like I made it. He has a website. It's very similar, of course, to the builder's website, which everybody do. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. What we do is that we capture the leads. So basically, those people that they register in my website, then I add them to my database and I start being in touch with them. That's one way of getting leads. Like a lot of people, they cold call. This is what I do. Is a lot easier because people, they register. So I call them. I have their information now. I call them. Hey, I have this pre-construction. If they say they're not interested, hey, you know what? I keep you in my database. Any new project comes in, I send you new stuff.
And you also contact your database too, people that, hey, you think about investing in real estate, right?
120%. And I can send them my own resale as well. So it's win-win situation. Yeah.
Good for you. Nigel, what do you think there? How would you answer that question? How do you find people that want to buy and sell real estate?
Well, as Aiden said, Claire, you've been the most awesome broker. As you know, you're the only guy. When I started my career with Percy Fulton, I've actually been there since the beginning of my career. So first of all, hats out to you and your team for all the support over the 2.5 decades of being a realtor. I'm honored to work for your office, and I don't ever think I'll leave, so thank you very much again. So wow, I got into real estate, no idea what I was doing, but I got into it. So coming to happy agents, and I guess that's the main topic we're talking about today. I think for me, getting off the bed, being alive is an accomplishment each and every day for me. God give me life for another day, and I'm going to make my day as productive as I can each and every day, which means my family, my clients, my friends, everyone around me. I'm always try to do something that's productive all the time. So coming to my success, it's of course passion, as Kathy said, passion for what we love, and helping people. When I started my career, I believe my goal was to make one deal every 3 months. That was actually my goal. And it was actually never, believe it or not, was never about the money. The money actually, because I was a part-timer, which, you know, Claire, I did part-time from 95, I believe, to 2003. My goal was actually one deal every 3 months. That was my goal, because I had a full-time job, and that was decent money to live off. The part-time money I was going to make was to go on a vacation and so forth. So that was my goal actually. But I realized that it wasn't about the money. Is what about the taking care of the clients, meeting their wishes, and making their dreams come true. That a lot of people didn't think they can ever own a home. And I was the person to actually sit down with them, explain to them, make it happen to them. So it was always for me to make my clients happy, accomplishing something that they probably never thought in their lifetime they would be able to do. And I made it happen for them. So for me, was all about making my clients happy, satisfied, and money, as Aiden said, money comes after. So that's always been my motto. From the day I started up to today, it's always my client satisfaction is number one. The money comes after that.
Now how would you, okay, so I know how you do your business as well. And again, same thing, you're not emailing people, you're not doing drip campaigns, you're not doing, you have a web page, but it's the office web page. But how are you finding that the clients first, and then how do you retain them?
It's crazy. Wow. As Aiden said, you know, personality, passion, you know, your personality have a lot to do with everything that it reflects to you and your business, right? It's crazy. I don't, sometimes I wonder how I do it myself. I believe, well, one of the key things for me is organization skills, right? You have to be organized, because obviously, Claire, as you know, it's just me alone. I don't have anyone does anything for me. I do every single thing on my own. I think there's no secret. My success is making sure that on the closing date, my clients are 110% happy. That's what it is about. No matter how much time you spend with them prior to the closing, no matter what you do, no matter what you give them, the main thing is on the closing date that everything goes smooth and there's no hiccups or issues on the closing date. That's what the clients remember, that the agent is there to support them. Sometimes you close a deal, the fridge is missing, the fridge not working, the toilet, whatever it is, you have to always be there. So I think my success is making sure my clients at the closing is 110% satisfied. And with that happiness and satisfaction, it's something that remains in their minds forever. And I think that is what works for me, because I continue to get referrals continuously. I'm not a social media person, as you know. I have no web page, I have no website, I have nothing. It's just for my business is pretty much 99% referral.
I think it was referral.
Yeah, 99% referrals, right? I
Yeah.
think we lost your sound for a second there. Are we
Yes,
back?
sorry.
Okay, that's good. 99% referral. Now you also use the phone. You're using the phone all the time, are you not?
Claire, so obviously I do not prospect, be honest with you, in the sense of calling up people. So I get leads and I work my leads really hard. So I get a referral, I'm on it pretty much almost immediately. So to say go and prospect on the phone, no. I mean, that is one of my things I want to do eventually, but I don't prospect.
What I mean by phone is that if you get a lead, if someone gives you a referral, it takes you how long to get back to that referral?
Clear, well, yeah. probably within, I would say within half an hour maximum, typically immediately, like within 10, 15 minutes or so, but maximum an hour, maximum. Maximum. But I do get back all the time, have to.
So your business is 99% referral. So you do a good job for somebody, they refer somebody else. They say, oh, my sister's thinking about doing something. You phone that sister and say, I was talking to your brother and what's up?
Yes, Claire. Yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
99% referral. I don't. There's no other way of yeah. But my plans are to prospect eventually, prospecting, and I probably don't.
No, I think you, as Kathy said, you want to do what you enjoy. So I can't see you sitting down prospecting for strangers. I see you phoning people that you already know.
Yeah. So like Aiden said, we go to the grocery, we go to the gas station, we go somewhere. We always do nice things for people. We always been kind of courteous to people. And again, but one thing I don't really do, unless I don't build a rapport with someone, then I give out my card. I don't actually actively give out my card to anyone. It's only if I feel comfortable with that person and I build a rapport, because I don't want them to think that I'm a typical salesperson. I want to be a person first and then a salesperson after.
Nice, great, perfect. So that's we're looking at it's very similar. I think the common thing I see here is everybody's treating their clients properly and they're following up with their clients, and their clients are more important to get the house that they're looking for versus a paycheck.
Very correct. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That probably makes a happy agent. Anybody want to have any closing remarks?
I would say I would like to add something. I would say it's very, very important that treat every opportunity as a golden opportunity, because you might not give it a second chance with the same client, with any client. So like it could be, when I say treat everything as a golden opportunity, it could be a small question that you have to answer, or it could be a small scenario that puts you in to test your knowledge. So you always have to be 120% ready, anything related to real estate at any time, any moment.
Nice.
That's what I would say.
You want to add anything? No. You're okay?
I'm okay.
So once again, I really appreciate your time here. It's really well thought. We could go on for hours and talk about business here, but I want to sort of concentrate basically on how to find people. And I think that whether it's through prospecting and just sold, just listed, or whether it's looking for referrals from your past clients, or starting off with leases, or phone your clients for investment opportunities, it's all just there's so many things you can do, and each and every one of you, as far as I can see, uses the phone. I see a common denominator there as well, rather than just firing off emails and hope people are going to call you. I see it proactive, but also the referral base, and that's so important. I think it's done you well, and I think it'll do well in the future. So once again, I really appreciate your time, and let's have a great 2021. I just checked the numbers this morning there. The sales are up 90% from last year, which is quite strong. So take advantage of the market. All right.
Did you say 90%?
90% ahead of last year.
Oh my God.
Nigel's telling us last night you did 9 transactions this month. So good.
I think I did 9. Yeah, I think so. I think I did 9. But I believe. I haven't got, I believe it's around there. Yeah. Crazy.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Great.
That's awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you again for taking the time to watch that over, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you could be able to take something away from it. In summary, I think you'll agree that real estate is actually a people's business. It's a people business. It's people that you know that want to buy and sell real estate through you, and hopefully they'll refer people in the future for their friends, their family, other people do. That sort of seems to be the common formula that I see from what all the panels have presented. So 2021 has started with a bang, and hopefully you're going to be able to participate in it. And your job, I guess, is just go out and try to find people to participate in this great market. So have a great 2021 and take care.
Think about it. There must be a higher love down in the heart or hidden in the stars above. Without it, life is a wasted time. Look inside your heart and I look inside try to see, falling behind what could be. Oh, bring me a higher love. Bring